Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead. The movie is directed by Tom Savini and written by George A. Romero, who returned to write the script and everything. And this one is pretty much the same as the original. A group of people get trapped in a farmhouse during a zombie outbreak. There's not a whole lot of there are differences, but it's pretty much the same story, just with mild differences. The cast is alright. Some of them are better than others in this, but I think the cast in the original was a lot better for the most part. Tony Todd plays Ben, and I loved getting to see him play Ben, because it was really awesome getting to see Tony Todd as the main character, because most of the time he's always a supporting role in movies and everything, so getting to see him as a lead character was awesome and everything. And the movie gets extra points for having him as one of the main characters, because I love Tony Todd. He's one of those horror actors that makes everything a little bit better. Patricia Tallman plays Barbara. I think she does an alright job. Barbara is done a lot differently in this movie. In the first movie, she kind of loses her mind throughout the good portion of the movie, and this one she loses her mind a little bit for a little while, and then she and even though she kind of stays where she's kind of lost her mind, she kind of gains consciousness and kind of she becomes the final girl and everything. But Patricia Tallman was alright as her, but I don't know why, for some reason she reminds me of T. Leone from Jurassic Park 3 and Fun with Dick and Jane. I don't know why, but to me she looks just like her for some reason. Tom Towles plays Harry, and while he did do a good job, I hate Harry. I didn't really care for the character of Harry in the original movie and everything, but I really hated him in this movie. He's just obnoxious, and Tom Towles does a decent job playing the character, making him unlikable, but man, he was annoying. He's one of the most annoying characters I think I've seen in a horror movie. He just really got on my nerves bad. McKee Anderson plays his wife Helen. I thought she did alright. I don't think she was extremely great, but she was good enough. She's not in this movie a lot, but she's okay. William Butner plays Tom, and he does a pretty good job. I'm not for sure what I've seen him in besides this movie, but I know I recognize him from other stuff. Kate Finneran, I hope I pronounced her name right, plays Judy. She's okay too. She kind of gets on my nerves a little bit though, because every time the zombies start, like, if their arms barely, or like their hands barely coming in the window, she starts screaming, and it gets really annoying fast, the way she screams. It reminded me of that girl on Jaws 2 that would scream every 5 seconds, and it got on my nerves really bad. Heather Mazer plays Sarah, who is the daughter of Harry and Helen. She's okay. I didn't think she was near as creepy as the daughter from the original and everything. In the original, her name's Karen, but this one, she's a teenager and everything, so having the creepy little girl thing didn't really happen in this movie. I think it worked better when it's I think it was a lot scarier when it was a kid for some reason. I don't know why, but... And then, of course, one of the main reasons that I wanted to see this movie so bad, and I was disappointed that this was the character he played, Bill Moseley plays Johnny, which he does a wonderful job as Johnny, don't get me wrong, but I was really hoping that he was gonna be a different character like Harry or something. But I love him in the 2 or 3 minutes we get of him in this movie, he makes, like Tony Todd, he helps make this movie as good as it is, even though he's barely even in this movie. He's one of those horror actors that every time he shows up in a movie, it just kind of makes the movie a little bit better, because he has that likable screen presence. And like I've said before, Bill Moseley is one of my favorite horror actors and everything. So getting to see him in this movie, it was really cool, even though I did wish that he was in it a lot more than he was and everything. I thought he was kind of humorous too, the way he was taunting Helen in this one. Just like in the original one, doing they're coming for you, Barbara, and stuff like that. His delivery when he does that, it just cracks me up and everything. But he did a great job in the little bit of screen time he got. And speaking of Johnny, the actor that played Johnny in the original, Russell Striner, is in this. He plays a police sheriff, and he also helped produce this movie too, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think that John Russo also helped produce it, but I can't remember 100% on that. I'm going to look on the case. I think it did say that he helped produce it. Yeah, he produced it. But this was my first time seeing this movie, and I did enjoy it for the most part and everything, but it did kind of get slow a little bit in the middle, kind of like I said the original one did a little bit too and everything. But I didn't really care for the last act of this movie, because I love the last act of the original. That has one of the darkest endings in horror movie history, where nobody survives and everything. In this movie, Barbara survives and comes out kicking butt and stuff, which, you know, it's cool, but I prefer the darker ending, to be honest. But I think she did do a pretty good job. I like that they did try to make it different. I do give them points for that, even though I don't really care for the way they did it. I still think it's cool that they did at least go in a different direction than the original, and went like a shot-for-shot remake like The Lion King or Psycho. But all in all, I think that the Night of the Living Dead 1990 version was pretty good and everything. I don't like it quite as much as the original, but it's still a really good movie and everything. Like I said, some of the acting in it, most of the time the acting is really good. There's some parts where, like in the original, the acting is a little bit over the top and everything, but it also kind of works for this movie. With some of the dialogue and stuff they had, the over the top acting kind of fits and everything, and it works out. Calm down. Sorry, my doggy she's not feeling very good today. But Night of the Living Dead 1990 was a very good remake, and it is very enjoyable. It was cool getting to see Tom Savini direct a movie. I was kind of surprised that he didn't do all the makeup effects and stuff in this, but he might have done some of them, but I don't think he did all the makeup and stuff in this, which kind of surprised me. But I do think like I said, it is a really good movie. I love that the zombies are slow paced and stuff like they were in the original and everything, and I like that they actually look more like zombies than just people walking really slowly that look like they're really tired, like in the original. But I also like that they don't make it gory, all that gory and stuff. They try to keep it true to the spirit of the original, which I think is awesome. And everything. So I'd give The Night of the Living Dead 1990 a 7 out of 10, mainly because of the pacing issues and because Harry annoyed me so much in this movie. Like I said, he was annoying in the original too, but this version, for some reason, I just thought he was even worse and everything. And also because I wasn't as crazy for the ending and everything, which I did hate to see Ben die because of Tony Todd playing him, and seeing him become a zombie was weird. But like I said, this is a good movie, and it's definitely worth checking out, but I wouldn't say it's a must watch like the original one is, but it's definitely worth watching for a couple is a good turn your brain off movie for a couple hours and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, if you're into zombie movies, I definitely would recommend it. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not a huge zombie person though, so it's not one of my most favorite. I wouldn't say it's one that I really like a lot, but I don't hate it either. It's just pretty good. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, and have a good day, everybody.